Thanks for stopping by my channel. Today's video, we're taking a look at Lana Green's brand new coloring book, My Favorite Things. I thought I would make a longer video taking a look through this book with you guys because it's a little bit different than her regular books that she has been putting out through the Amazon KDP service. If you're not familiar with what Amazon or KDP paper, when you hear people talking about Amazon paper or using KDP, that is a self-publishing service that Amazon has. It's a lot easier to get something self-published, whether it be art or just any kind of genre of book in general. They have that service available. So these books that get printed through Amazon, they're only getting printed once someone orders it, and then it's getting like a one-off printing. If you're getting a mass-produced coloring book, it might be a little bit cheaper or the quality might be a little bit higher than, say, something like this where it's printed on demand. I want to liken it to, say, maybe like if you go to Costco and you buy a bulk pack of, say, toilet paper, each roll is going to be a little bit cheaper than, say, if you went to CVS and bought one roll of toilet paper. It would be a little bit more expensive. Kind of like that analogy I would use to explain it a little bit more simply. There's lots of other, major factors involved in mass producing a book and going through an actual publisher too, which I'm not going to get into. And I have gotten some feedback saying, why is this so expensive? It's just a Amazon printed book. Her other books, usually that she has been putting out lately, have been only $15, and people even say, oh, that's too expensive too. But this is one of her previous books. I think this is one of the latest books she had put out. This one was about $15, maybe in some change. So Lana Green uses the most premium paper she can when, like, the options that there's available to artists or just authors in general when printing through the Amazon KDP printing service. So, and they don't even have that much say in what paper even gets used. It's kind of whatever that particular publishing place uses. KDP or Amazon paper, you're thinking more of this type of paper. This is an old Coco Wyo book, but this is usually the paper where you think of when you say Amazon, or back in the olden days, they used to call it Create Space paper, but it's not. It's a different paper now. But so I did kind of want to give a little background on what we're talking about when we're talking about Amazon paper or self-publishing, and why this is $19.50 versus, say, a book like this would be like maybe $9.99. This paper option is cheaper, and they don't really make their books like this anymore. They usually make them like this little small size and the cozy coloring. So this is another example. So the prices are going to be a little bit cheaper or more expensive depending on what the person chooses. And Amazon, from what I've read, takes about 40%. So if you're seeing whatever retail price you're seeing on Amazon that you're paying, just assume Amazon takes 40% off right off the bat for that price. And then the remaining about 60% goes to actually producing the book itself. They have to pay for, printing and shipping and everything. That whole cost comes out of the 60%. So really, an artist maybe on a book, something like this was $19.50. I don't want to say, I can't say for certain, but I would say under $5 would be probably profit for a book like this, or a book like this with the kind of standard KDP paper, Amazon paper, quote unquote, would be maybe like $2. Maybe sometimes like a book like this might be like $7.99. But you'll see this is a smaller book, so I would assume that this is a little bit cheaper to produce than a book this size. But I would love to hear any feedback from any artists themselves that do use the KDP program regularly. I have read some. I have read some stuff. I haven't personally used it myself. I have looked into it just to, because I was curious. And, you know, I can't be 100% what you read on the internet. So I would love to hear any kind of feedback from actual artists that do use the KDP service and have some insight to let us know down below in the comments, or correct anything I might have said incorrectly. So Lana Green uses the higher quality paper for her books. That is also why this is a little bit more pricey than the one where we typically think of when someone says, oh, they're using Amazon paper. There's a wide variety of papers you can choose from for creating a book. Well, probably actually there isn't probably that many varieties. That's why they usually get stuck either picking this one or the cheaper one. But this one, I have heard people say they don't like it that much because they think it's a little bit on the slick or smooth side. I personally like it. I think it's really great for markers as a medium. Those are, I know Ohuhu markers are very popular nowadays. So I do like to use my markers and colored pencils on this paper. I have heard people telling me that they hate this paper, and so it is, I guess, really personal preference. Lana Green also has put up on her Patreon, and I believe probably her website, her direct website as well. You can get the option to just get the coloring sheets, which in this book, she printed it in a brown, like almost like a sepia brown color instead of like a stark black. You can get the colored ink sheets, just the PDF version of the sheets, or you can get it with the coloring examples, what we're going to be taking a look at. This is kind of what I wanted to take a look at. This is basically the reason why this book is a little bit more expensive, because she has all these color examples for each of the 24 coloring pages. Now, I personally would have liked the coloring pages, these in the front rather than the back, but it doesn't really matter. But you can also get a PDF version of the book, including this. She calls it the full manuscript. You can get it with the coloring pages included, which I just went and bought the book. It's only a few more dollars than the PDF version, and I don't have to waste all my ink and paper to print it. So she has color examples here, and then she also has a nice little write-up on, I would say, her inspiration for each coloring page. It says this one is Cookie Box. I really like this one a lot because I do also love these types of cookies. It says, whenever I open a metal box full of cookies, I am filled with excitement and desire. Looking at all of the pretty cookies, well baked and well decorated with chocolate and nuts, my mouth starts to water. Just holding the tin box in my arms makes my mind full. I never hurry, it's the happiest hesitation. I only take one or two after a meal and try to feel the taste as whole as I can. Then I can enjoy the cookie box for a long, long time. So, to me, this is well worth $19.50 in my opinion. It might not be in your opinion, but like I said, you have the option of getting just the PDF version of either just the coloring pages, or if you want the whole full manuscript, you can print it out yourself if paper is an issue for you. And this one is cushion number 2. Says, sometimes I feel too exhausted to do anything. At such times, relaxing on a sofa with a cushion in my arms can help. Holding this little square-shaped pillow in my arms with my eyes closed, like nothing bad or sad has ever happened in this world, I slowly recover. A cushion is also like a hug because it leaves no empty space. Between my arms, my body, and my chin, it's a pacifier in a way. So I'm not going to read every single one, because unless you guys want me to, I can in a separate video. But scent is number 2. Number 5, aquarium. Number 6, sleeping. Number 7, Bonbon. Number 8, Watermelon. Number 9, Rings. I like that one a lot too. Number 10, Stories. There's lots of really nice textures and patterns you can kind of play with too, I think, in a lot of these images. Will be fun to use some mixed media. Number 11, Pasta. I think this might be my favorite. I think this one's really fun. Then Sky. Number 12, Lipstick. Pika Pika. Magpies. Or Pika Pika. I'm not sure which way to pronounce it. Butterflies. Number 15, Shrimp. Tangerine. Piano. Scrunchie. I like this one a lot too. Video game. Feather. Ball cap. Art. I like that one a lot too. Nature. Cool. And then she has some more text thanking you so much to purchasing the book, and a lot of you know, stuff to read in this book too. So I think that kind of adds to the specialness of this book. And these are all her other books you can get on Amazon. I do have flip throughs of some of these books as well. I even have a video going through all my Lana Green images and books that I had up until a certain point. And this is her mass published coloring books that we took a look at quickly in the beginning. I do have a flip through on this too. So if you have any questions, or if, like I said, if you are a coloring book artist, I'd love for you guys to leave me some comments, some insight on any knowledge you might have or info you can give us surrounding like KDP and like the costs of everything would be interesting. So this one came from Orlando, Florida. They do come from, which I was surprised. I live in New Jersey. I don't think I've ever gotten a book from so far away. Usually they come from surrounding areas. So let me know if you think you are going to be purchasing this book, or if you are going to be getting the PDF version. I'd love to hear anything you'd have to share with me down below in the comments. And I hope you guys all have a really great rest of your day. Happy coloring, and I'll see you next time.